Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the story of a technology that, well, you've probably used it already today and didn't even know it. I'm talking about MySQL. It's an awesome story, really. It's got everything. That classic open source spirit, some mind-boggling billion-dollar buyouts, and a really dramatic split that literally helped shape the internet as we know it. So let's jump right in. Seriously, think about it. Have you scrolled through Facebook today? Watched a YouTube video? Maybe read a blog on WordPress? Yep, you've used MySQL. It is the invisible engine humming away in the background of a massive chunk of the internet. It's the thing that's managing all that data for some of the biggest applications in the world. Okay, so what is this thing really? What's the magic behind it that powers so much of what we do online? Let's get into it. All right, so at its heart, MySQL is what's called a relational database management system. I know, that's a mouthful. RDBMS for short. But really, it's just a super fancy way of saying it's like a highly organized digital filing cabinet. It keeps all its data in these neat little tables, kind of like spreadsheets. And the key part is, it knows how all those tables relate to each other. That structure is the secret sauce. It's what lets it grab the exact piece of information an app needs right when it needs it. Super efficient. And you know what's cool? The name itself. It isn't some boring corporate acronym. It's actually super personal. It's a mix of the name of co-founder Michael Weedness's daughter, and SQL for structured query language, which is the language you use to talk to the database. So you've got a little bit of family right there baked into the heart of the code. I love that. So, how did this piece of software go from a personal project to a global superstar? The answer? The absolute key to its success was its philosophy. It was open source. So the whole thing kicks off back in 1995. By 2001, it's stable and ready for serious use. And it just keeps evolving. In 2005, version 5.0 drops, and it's a huge deal. It adds all these powerful features that really put it on the map as a major contender. And, well, when you grow that fast, you're going to get noticed by some very big players. So here's the really crucial part of why it got so popular. MySQL was the M in the now legendary LAMP stack. You might have heard of it. It was this incredible, game-changing combo of 4 free open-source tools, Linux for the operating system, Apache for the web server, MySQL for the database, and then a programming language like PHP. The whole package gave developers a completely free way to build and host powerful websites. The LAMP stack basically powered the whole .com boom and, honestly, built the foundation for the web we use every single day. Now, with that kind of incredible success, you just knew it was only a matter of time before the corporate world came knocking. And this next part of the story, it's a huge turning point. In 2008, it happened. Sun Microsystems, which was a huge tech company back then, bought the company behind MySQL for, wait for it, $1 billion. $1 billion. This was just a massive moment. It basically screamed to the world that open source software wasn't just a hobby, it was a legitimate, incredibly valuable business. But the story doesn't stop there. Oh no. Just 2 years later, in 2010, an even bigger player enters the scene. The tech giant Oracle goes and buys Sun Microsystems. So now, all of a sudden, MySQL isn't just owned by a big company, it's owned by Oracle, its #1 competitor in the database world. Talk about a plot twist. You can imagine, the open source community completely freaked out. People were worried that Oracle would either let MySQL die on the vine, start charging a ton for it, or maybe even kill the free version altogether just to push people towards its own expensive products. It got so serious that one of the original creators, Monty Widenius, launched a full-on Save MySQL campaign. He got tens of thousands of signatures from developers who were really worried. So this was the million-dollar, or I guess billion-dollar question on everyone's mind. Was this the end? Would the project they all loved survive inside its biggest rival? Well, the community's answer was powerful, and it was fast. Yeah, facing this super uncertain future under new management, the community decided to take matters into their own hands. And that led to, quite literally, a fork in the road. So what exactly is a fork in software? Well, in the open source world, it's this incredibly powerful idea. If you don't like where a project is going, you're allowed to just take the entire source code, the project's DNA basically, and use it to start your own new independent version. The cookbook analogy is perfect. It's like photocopying a cookbook. The original is still there, but now you have your own copy and you can add your own recipes, change things, whatever you want. It's a fundamental freedom that's built right into open source. And this moment, It just perfectly shows the power of that idea. On the very same day that Oracle announced it was buying Sun, Monty Widnius forked MySQL and created something new, MariaDB. He even named it after his second daughter. It was this immediate, direct statement to the world, saying, hey, the original spirit of this project, it's going to live on no matter who owns the name. And just like that, you had two paths. You had MySQL, which was still being developed by Oracle with a more corporate structure and a paid enterprise version. And then you had MariaDB, which was being run by a community foundation, staying 100% free and open source. And their big goal was to be a drop-in replacement, which basically means you could swap out MySQL and drop in MariaDB without a huge headache. So what happened? Did one win? Did the other fail? Well, what happened next is honestly the most fascinating part of this whole story. You see, the fork didn't kill the original project at all. Instead, it created this amazing, thriving ecosystem. MySQL is still here, it's still one of the world's top databases, and Oracle is still actively developing it. MariaDB, it became a huge success in its own right, used by tons of big-name companies. And it didn't stop there. Other forks, like Percona Server, popped up to offer even more specialized versions. So the family tree didn't just split, it grew all these new, strong branches. And that really leaves us with a big question, doesn't it? This whole story brings up a fundamental debate about open source. You know, when a giant corporation owns an open source project, is it still truly free? Or does the fact that MariaDB could be created in a single day prove that the whole system works exactly like it's supposed to? That it has this unbreakable built-in defense mechanism that ensures the code and the will of the community can always remain free? It's a pretty powerful idea and one that really did change the world.